I'm gonna try and like wet on wet, on the go, all at once reduction print. So I've carved out the sky and still got my paints mixed up. Starting to look a little stormy. Hopefully I can get this done. So we'll see. So here I'm putting down my first color layer, light yellow gold. This will be where the grass is. The yellow seed heads that are out right now show through. So there's that first layer. Now I'm gonna go in and carve away the areas that I want to remain yellow when I print that next color layer. So this is a reduction print, meaning that I work off of the same block as I go, just carving away between each color layer so that certain colors show through. This creates limited editions because you can't reprint the block later. So here I'm putting the next color. I would have liked it to have been a little bit more bluish. It's for the sage, but when the whole picture comes together in the end, I'm happy with it. I typically just use a spoon instead of a baron, or maybe a rounded drawer pull, like off a dresser. I just find those give me the right pressure for the thicker paper I use, which is typically Arch's hot press. Although I do sometimes use mulberry or Japanese handmade papers that are lighter weight. So now I'm taking out the areas that I want to remain that sagey blue color and putting down my next green layer. A little bit more bright, grassy green. Again, pressing. You have to actually press pretty firmly with the Arch's paper. I don't own a press and I'm living in a mobile studio right now, so I need smaller tools. So there's the green, the 3 layers, the yellow, the green, and the sagey blue. Now I'm gonna carve away the areas that I want to remain that bright, grassy green. I'm sort of just figuring it out as I go. I have a sketch that I've drawn over it, but I really like to let myself rework as I go. In this case, I am looking off and on at a photo that I took of the area, but so that I can kind of find the sweeps of the hill and the lines that I want. But I'm really just intuitively taking away certain color areas that I want to remain. Sometimes in the end, it's not always the best results, and sometimes it is, but that's just the way that I work. I like to have a little bit of freedom on the block. So now I've put down kind of a light dusty brown. And here's a closer up picture of it. You can see the greens show through the brown a little bit and make it a little warmer. I'm trying to keep my layers, they're not light, but not really thick and dark either. I want the undercolors to show through. I'm obviously printing wet on wet, which is not normally how you print. You typically let it dry between layers and then do your next one. So here I'm taking out pretty much everything else except what I want to be dark green, where the spruce and cottonwoods and things are. And I'm gonna take a little rag here and wipe out where I want the bright orange to show through on my last layer. I don't want any dark green in the back of it because it's a little bit lighter color for the hogbacks, the area of geological uplift here that's kind of reddish rocks. So there's my darker green layer. And now I'm taking out that, everything else except that line of red rocks off in the distance. So the nice thing of working with this soft cut block, I actually use EcoKarve. It's a little bit denser than like the Speedball blocks or any of the others like Moo. It's you can get a little bit finer lines with it, but you can also cut it. Now I'm just pressing that last little bit where I did like an orangey red, a rusty orange. And then I'm also gonna put in some darker brown for some of the variations in the rock off in the distance that you can see when you're hiking at Lowry State Park. So doing that last little layer. And then there's the final print. Kind of a nice sweep in colors, and then there's the mess that gets left behind that you have to clean up.